Hello everyone and welcome back to another Minecraft video where I will be showcasing the version 1.1 of my Vanilla Tweaks resource pack. This is a modular resource pack, meaning that you can select individual changes and add them to the game depending on what you want to see different. This is intended to be smaller changes and minor tweaks that don't stray too far away from the vanilla experience, which is exactly why it's called Vanilla Tweaks. The first updates includes new features, updates to old ones, and a couple of bug fixes as well. The pack name is written right here. You can see it says Vanilla Tweaks 1.10. This is the Minecraft version, and then to the side of it is the version of the pack. So this is still for 1.10, and this is our first update. Everything in the pack has been updated in this instance. So the pack download is available in the description box if you're interested in it, and to install it you want to download that file and extract the contents into the folder right here. So you can click on that button to open the folder, and that's the place you need to get the download to. Now, if you have any suggestions for things you'd like to see in the next update, be sure to leave them down below in the comment box, because a lot of the changes and tweaks that you see here have been suggested by you, the viewers. I still have a list of things for the next update, and I'd like to keep adding lots of tweaks to this resource pack. So leave a comment down below with any ideas that you have. But otherwise, we're now going to jump into the changelog. One by one, I'm going to go through all of the things that have changed in this update. Our first change is a bug fix. If you pay attention to the right side of the sword on the hotbar, that's where the attack indicator appears. And in the previous version of the pack, if you were withered, you wouldn't see your attack indicator. A small mistake on my behalf, which I've corrected in this update. In the last update, there were 3 different visibility options for the transparent pumpkin overlay. Turns out, no matter what you set it to, the game would always render it the same. So this has now been replaced with one pack known as transparent pumpkin, and I do believe it is around 50% visibility. So there's no way to make this less or more. Our first new addition in this modular resource pack is actually a removal of the beacon beam. That's right, there is actually a beacon beam there, but we just can't see it. So let's go and select the haste effect, and there it is in the top right of our screen and over here as well. The beacon beam is actually there, but with this resource pack you won't be able to see it. And I know this one will cause some debate, but remember, the choice is yours if you want to use these things or not. In the first edition of Vanilla Tweaks Resource Pack, I added something called Super Clean Glass. Now, if you've seen the glass that I usually play with, it has a border, but nothing in the center. And I decided to remove that because it was basically a glass block with just a tiny amount of pixels, and I thought that this one was much better. I'm calling this borderless glass, and it's simply where we have removed the border and left the contents in the middle, which I think for a lot of players will probably be preferable to having the border and the middle empty. So you've got that as an option, but also I've updated stained glass as well, so you have an option to do it for all of these colors as well. As you can see, the ones that are on display here and all of the other ones will have the border removed, so you still have the little stripes going across the middle, but the border is a little bit more transparent. I like it quite a lot, I've got to say. It's very nice, but there's another change I've made as well. It's probably of no surprise that I've also added clean stained glass to the pack as well. I've got to say, I think the other one is a lot nicer when it comes to these ones. I still prefer my clean glass, the regular stuff, but this doesn't look quite as good. But once again, you can see what I've done here. We've left the border around the outside in, but we've removed the extra pixels from the inside. And again, that's been done for these ones here and all of the other colors as well. So what is this mysterious looking block right here? You might be able to guess. It is gravel. But it's not the normal texture. This is actually the old gravel texture from years and years ago. They decided to change this because a lot of people thought it was ugly, and personally I didn't think it was too bad of a texture, but the new one is definitely better. I would prefer to have both in the game. However, if you just want to play with the old one, you now got a resource pack to do that. One of the most iconic activities in Minecraft is punching wood. Chopping down that first tree, something we've all done, and you can see the change here straight away. This is something that builders love to use in creative mode. You can bring a block into the game where you have the side log texture on the top as well. Unfortunately, you can't have both of these in survival, so with this resource pack you'll be able to replace the original log so that it has the side of the log texture on the top as well. This next one is going to need a before and after comparison. I've made some changes to the dark oak texture. If you've ever built with it before, you may notice that it's quite a strong colour despite being quite dark. And well, that's because it has a lot of saturation to it, which means a lot of colour value. So I've toned down the saturation. It means it's not quite as powerful, and I think it makes the building block itself a lot more accessible. It may sound like a strange change, but I really do think this block looks so much better when you reduce the amount of saturation. Light sources are limited in this game, which is why end rods can be a little bit frustrating because they're always going to add a touch of purple into your builds. The rest of the rod is very neutral, being white, and if you ever wanted to remove this, well, you can use the resource pack and get neutral end rods where the colour has been desaturated, and instead of purple you've now just got a bland grey. One of these is a sticky piston, but which one is it? Well, actually they're both regular pistons, but that's how a sticky piston would look if it wasn't for the sticky piston sides resource pack. Check this out, we've got a little bit of the sticky piston texture on the side here, and that makes a world of difference. That's something that I've just never thought of before, and it was a suggestion from the comments, because now you can look at the contraption that you have and see if it's a sticky piston or not, and also when it extends you can see the sticky texture on this side as well. Smoother Stones has been updated. I had a user submission where the textures had really been softened very well while keeping the general identity of the texture. So I decided to update this one, include their input, and now the textures are a lot easier on the eyes. I've now enabled the grass sides modular resource pack. This was a popular one. It lets the grass go all the way down the side of a block. Got many suggestions to add that for Podzol and also for Mycelium as well, and I've also done this for snow. Now when a snow layer is on top of a grass block, the grass on the side of it changes to snow, and that'll actually change the entire block, which kind of makes it look like a snow block, but it is in fact still a grass block. And that is all of the bug fixes, tweaks, changes and new additions in this update of the pack. If you've enjoyed the video, please do leave a like. As always, thank you for the support. If you want to download the resource pack, it is available in the description box down there for you to download and use yourself. Of course, let me know what you thought of it with a comment, and if you've got any ideas, leave a comment as well. But that's it from me this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.